Hello, 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 my beautiful mermaids and mermen, my sea sponges of the sea. This is our daily vibe from our guides weekend messages for January the 24th and the 25th. I've added additional cards here again. I have three different types of oracle messages along with a tarot message. So let's see what we have here for our tarot message. Coming in, our first one is the Six of Wands, followed by the High Priestess, followed by the Ace of Swords, and our final card coming in with the tarot is the Strength card. Okay, stepping right in, let's see what we have here. Well, our first card says trust your intuition. We're very intuitive. We know that as a deep water sign, and this is telling us that we can have this can have several meanings, okay, depending on its placement in our spread. It can mean that an event or a situation is coming to us, and it will require us to trust our sixth sense, even though all physical signs indicate otherwise to some of us. Or it can mean that someone within our influence is going to ask us for advice. We need to share a story of how our intuition proved correct in a time of need, stepping up and helping other people. But basically, this is a knowing. Our intuition manifests itself as a feeling of knowing, usually in the area of our solar plexus. We as humans use words like gut feeling or hunches, but it is a sense that we are all born with. It is the sixth sense. Unfortunately, because of its ethereal quality, a lot of humans doubt its existence. But for those of us who have experienced it, we know that we possess an awareness that is not of this dimension. Trusting our intuition is very important. Those little nudges, those little tugs and pulls that we feel, listening to that little voice of reason that sits just behind our ear, on our shoulder, trusting that, because often our intuition never fails us at most times. So when you feel something is bothering you and there's something not right about it, trust that feeling. If it feels like it's safe and it's not a risk, go for it. Now with that, we've got the card that says, turn your worry into wonder. Surrender to the experience. What possibilities can you dream into reality? Well, trusting our intuition when we're going in to create new projects is important. How do we feel about that? So, some of us are far too hard on ourselves, and our fears that have been getting the best of us and causing unnecessary anxiety and stress. Fear has a sneaky way of tricking us into believing that worrying is helping us. And I've said this so many times, worry has never fixed a problem, ever. Often our ego, loves to worry because it feels in control, but most of our anxiety is based on false perceptions and beliefs. We need to remove ourselves from the illusions that separate us from the truth, which is love. Okay, remember, we are that moon sign, right? We lose ourselves in those illusions. We need to realize that we need to trust the universe and ourselves, because our future is big, bright, bold, and breathtakingly beautiful. We are the dreamer of the world of dreams. So Pisces, don't be afraid to go out there. Trust your intuition. Don't be afraid to go out and try something new today. If you've got a dream, a goal, a passion you want to get involved in, this might be the weekend that you're going to, step up. So don't allow your worry to get the better of you. Okay? Let it go. Coming in with that is the Six of Wands, and the Six of Wands is a beautiful card of getting recognition, getting that attaboy, attagirl pat on the back, that congratulations for something you have succeeded at. Great accomplishment. Maybe some of you are getting public recognition. Maybe there's going to be something written up in a paper, a document, media, that type of thing. You are definitely getting the recognition and the rewards for what you've applied and you've put your blood, sweat, and tears into and your investment into. This is a great card. So trusting your intuition, going on that, and not letting worry block your way to go after your beautiful goals. Okay, coming in next, we have the card Focus on the Positive. This is all about energy and how we feel and what kind of energy we bring into ourselves, right? we label, how do we feel? We label it as good or bad, right? When we choose to focus our awareness on any circumstances, we are sending energy to it that will make it stronger. So we need to make positive energy go out there in the universe. I've told you, if you throw that negative energy out there, it's going to come back tenfold to bite you. So be aware of that, okay? This is all about only makes sense to give energy to the circumstances that we perceive as positive. Okay, so we may have to take steps to alter our thinking. We may be giving too much attention and energy to situations that are troublesome, that are bothering us. We're programmed, as humans by nature to dwell on the negative instead of positive. It may take some practice to alter our reactions, right? Every event and every person who comes into our life has a purpose, right? So what is the lesson here? Okay, hopefully we have, we're learning the lesson and we're focusing on the positive, right? So let's see what we have here with us. We have the card that says, anxiety isn't trying to limit you, but free you from a situation that no longer feels good. What is your discomfort trying to free you from, right? So, okay. Are we trapped in stress and anxiety right now? We need to look where we've unknowingly given our power away. If we dive deeper into our experiences, we can see that stress, anxiety, and boredom have a profound purpose right now. They are indicators and provide in direction. We need to imagine that our frustrations in life are not happening to us, but for us. Remember I said the universe isn't happening to us, it's reacting to us? Keep that in mind. Okay, stress in any form can guide us into a deeper path to freedom. Instead of locking it out and pushing it away with the mindless habits, can we invite it in? Ask it why it's here, observe it, question it, and be curious about this uneasiness that we're feeling, and then we can deal with it, right? So in seeking to understand it, we can prevent it from consuming us. Once we embrace our discomforts, they can release their hold and no longer make a desperate attempt for our attention. Often they leave us with a gift of understanding as we grow and advance from their presence. In the perfect world, we wouldn't have stress, anxiety, worry, but we do. And more than ever, the way our world is today. But do we choose to let it consume us? Do we choose to let it, cripple us and keep us in that position of being a fear, letting fear lead us on our path, worrying about what's around the corner? We can't do that. We have to let it go. We need to, right now more than ever, Pisces, because we lose ourselves in that dreamy world. We need to be positive. Okay, so I've often said, no matter what the challenge is, if we can pull the lesson out of that situation, then that's the positive we need to attract ourselves to and accept. Now, coming in with that, our tarot message is the High Priestess. This is all about trusting her gut feeling, her intuition, and seeking out the information hidden from her that she needs to know. Okay. So if you're feeling that something's amiss, something's not right this weekend, you don't have all the information, do your research, do your homework, go back in and research it. Find out what you need to know. Ask the questions to get the answers. Then you're going to be at peace. Often our anxiety is the unknown. Okay, we need to focus on something positive here. Now, coming in next, we've got the card Practice Moderation. So what does that mean? Basically that means avoiding extremes in all things. Okay, we have to learn to conserve our energies and bring moderation in order to live a fuller life. Express ourselves more clearly and to cultivate the gifts of our spirit that we have to share with other people, but doing it carefully. Okay, when we don't want to overextend ourselves. We don't want to overdo something. We don't want to rush in too much. We are the most addictive sign in the zodiac, so we have to be very careful what we dabble in. Also, too much work, too much food, too much stress are all common areas to keep a watchful eye out for, right? We talked about the stress and anxiety here. So we need to stop and be mindful of the moments that we are living in right now. Simplicity in all things mixed together with a sense of balance in everything we partake in makes for a happier and longer life. Let's be positive. Trust our intuition. Don't push yourself. It's great to get excited, excuse me, and want to launch yourself into something exciting. But do your research. Be careful, okay? Don't jump into anything too quickly. Now, the next card we've got with that is you cannot make a mistake. There are infinite possibilities available to you. Where is your heart guiding you? So let's take this to the tarot. What would this card, what card would this remind us of? Well, it would remind me of the King of Pentacles, that Midas touch, knowing that we're going to land on our feet and come up successful. So, you know what? We've drawn this card as a reminder that great power and support exists within and around us. We may feel uncertain about the path forward, especially if we've just overcome a difficult period or situation. We are entering a never-before-experienced part of our life, one with great hope, love, joy, and great meaning. It can be scary to leave what we've worked on so hard on to create, but this is the time of gracefully stepping forward. We will be rewarded for our courage. Know that we cannot make a mistake, right? Midas touch. All choices given, you will have more clarity and confidence. And with each choice you make, the universe is going to swoop in to support our decisions and give us what we need most. We have abundant opportunities in front of us. The question is, which path do we want to take? What's calling us to the most? Because there's a multiple opportunities waiting for us. Beautiful, beautiful card of positivity, moving forward, and knowing that if we're mindful and we're devoted and we're consistent, we're going to see that we can't make a mistake. Coming in with that is the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is that aha moment, that epiphany where we see a clear sight line and the truth in a situation. But it's our time, too, to cut through the red tape, cut through the fog, and see things for what they really are, okay? The Ace of Swords represents new ideas, progress, and additional clarity of action. But we're about to make and take the first step towards new and exciting things. We need to trust our intuition and act with confidence because the world's waiting for us to make our mark. There's our intuition. There's our focusing on what we want. There's our clarity. We find the answers and we can be positive to make something successful work out this weekend. I love it. Coming in with our angel card number, we've been given 1122. And this is the number 6 when we take it down to a single digit, which is the Lovers in the traditional tarot, which means making mindful choices and decisions on an emotional level. Major change. That's what this card says. Advice, comfort, individuality, and independence, Pisces. Have faith in your skills and talents as they are a tool that can provide you with a bright future. A piece of good advice, a moment of enlightenment, or a comforting message is on its way. Everything will work out in your favor. So here we have it. We cannot make a mistake. Here we have it. We're going to let go of our anxiety, and we're going to let go of the worry, and we're going to do things that we truly want to do. Now, with that card, we've got out of the woods, you've made it through. What newness is emerging? So things are getting, and all because we have worked extremely hard to get where we are right now. And the pressure's being released. We're free. We're free of the burdens that weighed us down. It may not feel like we're fully clear of the difficulty, but this signifies we are much further along than we realize. The past is no longer affecting us, and we are able to move forward when we get this card and to take this time to celebrate it, right? We've got that 6 of Wands here. A brand new phase is in our life, and we've learned some great valuable life lessons. We need to thank the past for the blessings in disguise and celebrate that we're no longer stuck. We're moving forward. So we have this major change, which is all about success. We're moving forward. We're out of the woods now. The worst is over. We're going to get recognized for the hard work that we've done. We did our research, and we now have a clear sightline to go forward. Our final card is that of Strength. And Strength is an interesting card. And we need to remember that we need to stand in our strengths. okay? It reminds us that our willingness to endure hardships and confront challenges are more important than the size of our muscles. Yeah, that's what the card says, right? Okay, what I want to tell you is, this is a card that says nobody in their right mind would try to shove their arm down the mouth of a roaring lion. However, she has the ability to calm the animal. She has the ability to walk into the circle and calm the energy, okay? Because she's looking at things with trust, focus, and she's going in easy and slow with moderation. So this is a card that says, if you're getting involved in any conversations and communication with people this weekend, be mindful. Listen to the other side of the story before you jump into the heat of the moment, because you may go in there with the roar of the lion, say things you can't take back. Remember, I've always said you can catch more bees with honey than you can with vinegar. So step into the power of your strength here, my beautiful fellow Pisces. All right, let's see what we've got here. Let's see what we have in addition to this. Lots of cards, lots of good energy coming into us. Great advice with this reading. I'm loving it. And I'm liking these cards that I'm working with today too. All right, let's see what we have. Our first card coming in is Stay Grounded. We've got the universe and powers have our back. We've got going into things with confidence. We're going to set our goals. And on the bottom, we have freedom. Loving it. Okay, so we're going to stay grounded. We're not going to jump into things too quickly. We're going to practice that moderation there, and we won't make a mistake. The universe has our back. This is why we're getting all these messages here, telling us that we're doing things the way we should do them if we listen to our inner voice of reason. Stepping in with confidence, and we're setting goals. It will make us feel a great freedom. Well, my beautiful fellow mermaids and mermen, my sea sponges of the sea, this is our longer version for the weekend, messages from our guides. I wish you a great remainder to today and a beautiful, optimistic, healthy, happy, prosperous, and successful weekend. And always know I stand in this circle of love and light for you. And I'll see you soon, my beautiful, beautiful Pisces.